The industry today, the current economy, somebody close to you told me things are, I'm quoting, awful, horrible, and suddenly made the business not fun anymore. Your thoughts on that?
It's Powell. That's interest rates, yeah. We were minding our own business. Usually we screw up the global economy, the real estate industry. We overbuild the housing market like we did in the great financial crisis. This time we didn't. We were just collateral damage. I mean, higher interest rates are not slowing the economy. People think they are, but they're not, because if you look at the jobs market, it's healthcare, government, and education are adding tons of jobs. And they don't get impacted by interest rates. So he's using a tool that's arcane and not appropriate. He has no other tool, by the way, for this economy as it's structured today. And he's finding that out because the numbers are too strong for him. And also, the federal government is spending money as fast as it can. So you have one part of the government with a foot on the brake, the Federal Reserve and Powell, and then you have the other part of the government, the legislature, spending as much money as they can. What he really needs to do is walk across the street and tell Congress to stop spending money like drunken sailors. But everyone says they'll do it, but they never do it. I'm very upset with Powell. You asked me how I just think that, and I think I've been very public, a third of this inflation index, CPI, is rents or rent equivalents. And so they randomly call 8,000 homes and they say, what do you think your house would rent for? That's the survey. You could go on rent.com or apartments.com or Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which are agencies, quasi-agencies the government manage, have data on millions and millions and millions of apartments. You can get that data real time. The federal government's data is like 11 or 12 months old. It's a huge lag. And that angers me to no end because he didn't see inflation. Remember December of 21, rents were flying, but it wasn't in their data because the data lags so much. So while we're looking around thinking there's inflation everywhere you look, CPI is low. And then as it starts to filter in, he goes crazy. And now rents are way down, but the data still shows rents high. And it's not academic. He's affecting the global economy. They have 400 PhDs. I don't know why they don't update the rent data to current data. Food is current, energy is current, but rent, which is a third of CPI, is lagging. And it's now he's overstating inflation, and before he was understating it. And I've been through 5 or 6 crises. This one feels the worst.
Really?
To me, yeah.
But with regards to this crisis, when and how do you think it will end up being the worst for you and your companies?
No, we'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the funny thing is what's bad for what you own is good for what you're buying.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Prices are resetting.
And you've said before you want to take advantage of crisis.
Yeah, I think this will be a great time to invest. You know, I think the U.S. will grow. The economy is blessed. AI is, the pace of its absorption and productivity growth from AI will drive the U.S.'s corporate performance well ahead of the rest of the world. Like we're in probably a good period. It has nothing to do with whoever the president, Trump or Biden, doesn't matter. Like AI is going to change the way we operate. We have power to drive the data centers, to drive the AI that will change the way all of us do work in the way the internet changed the way we run our lives, right? You'll see, it'll be unbelievable. And the U.S. will benefit from that. And there are certain parts of the real estate industry that are less vulnerable to AI. Housing, travel. You're still going to travel. You're still going to live somewhere. Some industries will change because the tenants will change, whether it's the office market or the industrial markets. They'll be more interesting because tenants will be disrupted. You will lose tenants. They will go out of business. It's like the Industrial Revolution. You know, there are companies that probably made buggy whips and horses and carriages, and they're gone. We have the modern day equivalent of that, and they'll be gone.
How about your toughest singular moment during the Great Recession?
Every one of these crises has created an opportunity for us. And 07, 08, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember being nervous about my firm. I remember being nervous about the financial system, the collapse of the country as we knew it. There was an interesting thing that happened to me during the pandemic when it first started, and you can find this. I was the only optimist. I said the world will get together, and never has the world had the tools to come up with vaccines or something that might stop this, and we will get through this.